Today is the third session with this guy. It's day 2. So far he seems a little bit more engaged. I'm able to get closer to his bubble and be a little more clumsy and him not worry too much about it. I'm going to work on just trying to approach the head again with my hand first. Good boy. Good boy. You'll notice that today I'm going to be giving less releases, backing up for things that he kind of learned yesterday. Good boy. I'm going to stay more stationary as his release. Good, but I would like to have him reach out 1 or 2 times, and then I'm going to go into using the stick with him. Good boy. Good job. Oh, you got the issues? Do you guys see his teeth? Not baby teeth. So he is supposed to be 3. I think I said that in his little intro video. 3-year-old from Twin Peaks, and I would say he's not 3. He's got pretty much adult teeth. Hi, sweet man. Can you see them again? Oh, you're so cute. You're so adorable. So I'm going to wait till that head comes up, and then I'm going to back up and start using my stick. Good boy. Good. Well, hello, I know you're just thinking about that alfalfa, aren't you? Good boy. So now yesterday when we were kind of working on that touch on his body, it would scare him a little bit. Good. Good. Today there's definitely more curiosity there and less movement of the feet. So sometimes I'll use a longer stick to approach, like that lunge whip I believe I used yesterday with him, but this one's just a few inches shorter. But if he's all right with me on the end of it here, I can start making my way down. And he's one that got a little bored last time when I would do the pressure and release of touch with his nose for too long. So I'm gonna try to advance a little quicker here or think of another exercise that I want to break it up with. Good boy. Good. I also like the reaction to the end of the stick being there. He hasn't really tried to do anything with his front legs or got nervous about it being under him. Hi, friend. Hello. Good boy. Good. Not that I want him to be going towards his hay, but it does show me a little bit more of relaxation in the sense that he's not quite as worried about what I'm doing today. Now I want him to pay attention, of course, but I like that instead of him thinking about how to turn to get away or run, at least so far, because I haven't increased the pressure or energy from what I was doing yesterday. Instead of doing that, he's wanting to do his little back up and step or try to go up to his hay. So I like that he's a little bit slower thinking today. And he's really cool to watch his body movements because you can really see the transfer of weight and the energy shift in his body. Hi, Bubba. Good. Good, and he's trying super hard right there. He knows the answer is to stay, but he's just a little uncomfortable still. Now, if he takes another step, I might send him forward here because you can see how that butt is kind of coming off the rail. And if we're going to use the rail for support, I want him to stay parallel to it and not try to make that outside turn away. Good boy. So I'd like to get maybe one more good touch in from this exercise, and then I'm going to switch over for him because you can kind of see where he hit his really good point in learning this and then where he's hitting the end, and he's a little bit more on the confused side of it, or he's just bored of it, but he's not quite ready for that next step of me getting an inch closer. Good. Good. Switching over to the stick to toss over him. Good. I like seeing how he is reacting to stuff in that off eye. He seems pretty good about it. There's the halter made on him again out of the rope. Good boy. Now that it's over him, I might work on rubbing new parts of his body. I like that it's touching his front leg and he's not reacting. And really those first 10 sessions or so with your horse when you're gentling, it's just good to analyze their natural reactions to things. So I notice when horses are sensitive with things under their nose or they're striking with the front end. Good. I really like how this guy is engaged, and now I might not be able to get as close to him as I am with the mare. Good. But that just means that's where his bubble is at, and she'll have a bubble with something specific too. Good boy. Good, but you can see he's a lot more engaged from this angle than if I'm closer to him right now. So rather than fight in that one area, I'm going to work on something that builds its confidence some more. Good, something a little easier for you, huh, friend? Good. Petting the other side of his neck with the stick, and he's doing well with that. Good boy. Good. So that was touching a new area of his face, kind of on the cheek right there. I'm utilizing that when he sniffs me, he kind of turns his whole head off the rail. Good boy. Good. I like that he let me get that close. So I'm going to give a release. I believe I talked about it before, but having a little bit of that hand movement is good rather than it just staying stationary, just because it lets them know if your feet happen to stay still that you are still a moving object. You're not just going to poke them. Good. Especially for the ones that are more reactive to that motion. So there is a little bit of him tensing up, so I'm going to stop my movement right here. Get a little bit closer, look for another sign of tension. And he's pretty quick to release, not like full big releases, but I can tell when the ear softens, when his little sway stops. So you can see his sway starting and then he goes back forward. He's pretty cool to read body language wise. Good. I'll go back to my stick. There. Good boy. So I'm trying to release every time I get a bit closer. You can tell he's noticing the releases. Hopefully you can see that his head tips in a little bit every time that I take back. Good boy. Good boy. Very nice. So far with this guy, I think his biggest area is going to be once I can build that trust of me being in his space with him, he's going to be pretty easy with the rest of training because he seems like he's a pretty mellow guy. I like that he doesn't react big to the stick, how it moves, the fact that it was just touching his front legs. Good boy. So I'm about to switch it up again. Once I can touch him one more time with this, I'm going to go back to the stick and string. Oh boy. The reason I didn't release there is because I'm wanting to make progress on touching the neck. We've already done quite a few of the reach out and sniffs. So that I'm not too worried about anymore, and I don't want him to think that answer is always going to get me to retreat. So with him, I need to start remembering that usually when I like to quit with them, I need to move along a little bit quicker with him and change the exercise or change what I'm doing. Good. Or just even end the session a little faster because he always seems to be one less than what I want to do. Good boy. Good. Good. Good boy. There. Good. And then gonna end with a little bit of the desensitizing with the rope. Good. All right, I'll end his session there and he'll get one more later on today.